Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for this amazing opportunity that you have joined us at this webinar. I don't take it for granted for you to spare your time to come and, of course, hear what Servercore has to offer for fintech companies, of course, when choosing an IT infrastructure. My name is Robin Peters. I am the Business Development Manager at Servercore, and I hope we have an amazing experience here on our webinar. Of course, to take questions at the end of the session, and just to show you why Servercore is your best decision or your best partner when it comes to infrastructure as a fintech and many other industries. So the topic of today is IT infrastructure for fintech companies. So we'll start off by, of course, about Servercore in our products, in who we are. So Servercore is an international infrastructure provider with a local presence here in Kenya, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan. Since 2020, Servercore is developing its own cloud solution based on OpenStack for clients around the world. Okay? We ensure minimal latencies with local presence in Kenya. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are geographically located. As I said earlier, we are in Almaty, Tashkent, and in Nairobi. As you can see, this is what we're offering in terms of availability domains, okay? We provide high download speeds so that your customers, of course, in Kenya, can quickly access your services with minimal latencies, okay? Now, as I mentioned earlier, we are a global infrastructure and provider. Why are we? What are some of the global standards that Servercore has? We offer technology partnership. Okay, we offer free communication channels. You can be able to communicate through us through our website widgets, our ticketing system, our email and social networks. The ticketing system, of which I'll show you once we are doing a demo presentation, is that you are able to create a ticket and our team of expertise, okay, will be able to respond to you in less than 15 minutes. I know a lot of guys have been having challenges with the different cloud providers, but with Servercore, we have made that easy for you, okay? Now, apart from that, we are also compliant with international standard. I know this is also very important for fintechs who are also coming and joining this industry. We are certified and compliant with the PCI, that's the payment card industry, DSS, that's the data security standard, and the ISO certified, okay? So you can be rest assured that you're in safe hands when it comes to Servercore. Another thing, we have new and modern hardware with the 99 all the legacy systems. We are coming up with new modern hardware for infrastructure to make it easy and you know, just a smooth sailing for our fintech companies who are willing to join us. Now, on the local perspective, okay, we have removed the complexities of our clients paying with the dollar, you know, going through the complexities of the dollar fluctuating today, tomorrow is 120, tomorrow is 160. We have a payment structure which is in Kenya shillings, which is a standard payment structure. Of course, this will help you in budgeting or coming up, of course, saving up a few costings for your infrastructure or something else. As I said earlier, our office and locally hosted infrastructure is in Nairobi, and as I showed you earlier, we are promising you a latency of less than 10 milliseconds, okay? Apart from that, which is very, very important now in Kenya, that we know that there is a regulatory and compliance, Servercore has gone a step ahead to make sure that we have a personal data compliance. We are compliant with the Data Protection Act of 2019, okay? And of course, this ensures that you're interacting, your data has to have that data residency communication that we have with our clients. And we also GDPR, that's the Global Data Protection Regulators. Apart from that, with our infrastructure, we also offer affordable pricing when you're able to save up to 30% of your current costings, maybe from a different provider, and to Servercore, okay? We have seen what you're currently offering on the global standards, and we have understood what our customer needs on the local perspective. And ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is what we are currently offering both globally and locally, okay? Now, our core solution for FinTech, okay? We are offering infrastructure as a service, we are offering platform as a service, and data storage services, okay? Now, on the cloud servers, we're offering virtual machine that scale up with your business. This is, of course, ideal for startups and fintechs who will want to use our cloud servers. We also have bare metal servers. Of course, this is for individuals who want for performance and control for business that need high power. And of course, for those people who need managed services, we haven't left you behind. We have managed Kubernetes, which of course, we have automatic updates to the latest Kubernetes versions, okay? On the cloud databases, we have Redis, we have PostgreSQL, we have MySQL, Timescale DB, Kafka, fault-tolerant clusters, and many more, okay? Now, when it comes to storage, we have a file storage system, which is flexible storage system for cloud and dedicated servers. For clients, of course, who will maybe want just to store a few files or store some S3, a few other things on our storage infrastructure. Last but not least, we also offer a backup service to automate the process of creating backups. Okay. Now we have gone ahead and, of course, did an overview introduction of who Servercore is and some of the products we are currently offering in the market for fintechs, and of course, both globally and locally, how you can, of course, partner with Servercore. Now we also now want to talk about and discuss how you can be able to save a few shillings with Servercore. And the topic of this slide is cost optimization with Servercore. Okay. Now, Servercore has competitive pricings. Our pricing policy is designed for Kenyan business, okay, which is competitive with global providers and can help save up to 30% of your current budget. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on my right, this is an instance that we once took and created to just show you how much you're able to save with Servercore vis-a-vis what you get at GCP and AWS. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, you are saving a lot with Servercore, just apart from having an infrastructure here in Nairobi. Okay. Now, some cost optimization based on our services includes, for example, let's say, include a frozen instance. Now, our frozen instance allows users to avoid paying for virtual machines that are not inactive. Use, but still need to be retained. Okay. Now, of course, this is for maybe you've created a server, you have that frozen instance with you. You want to put it inactive, you don't want to delete it, but you still have it with you. This is what our frozen instance infrastructure is able to offer our clients. Okay. We also have shared costs, which is also a cost optimization feature at Servercore. Now, using shared costs on the cloud platforms is another effective strategy for reducing cloud cost. When configuring your server, you can reserve a share of a CPU, let's say to 10, 20, or 50% of the resources you're using. This is cheaper than retaining the entire core. Okay, and apart from that, we also have Kubernetes Autoscaler. And those guys have been talking about KS. Servercore is able to offer this. Okay, and on our infrastructure, our Kubernetes automatically adjusts the number of nodes in a cluster based on the resource utilization. Okay, this is another effective way that you can have a cost optimization based on our service. And last but not least, our bare metal instance. Okay, some use cases where our bare metal can be cost effective include high performance computing, gaming servers, big data analytics, and big database with input and output requirement, and legacy applications. Okay, so as I said earlier, we've seen how the introduction about Servercore, the product and solution we're offering, how you're able to save a few cost optimization with Servercore, and of course, now let's touch on security, which I know is also a vital thing for some of our clients. And how is Servercore offering comprehensive 5-tier solution security? Okay, we'll start by round-the-clock data center monitoring. And of course, what we're telling our clients is our data centers are monitored 24/7, okay? Our engineers do a performance check of the servers every 3 hours, okay? Number two, apart from that, we also go through a rigorous company-level security measures. Not anyone can access our data center, okay? Only authorized employees work with an organized customer data, while, of course, they go through regular training and testing. So the people who are handling your data, and the people who are handling our tier 3 data center are well-trained personnel to make sure that everything is working in the best possible way. Number three, of course, we have advanced network level control. Now, what do we mean by advanced network level control? We not only offer DDoS protection, but we make sure that each client's project is assigned its own isolated network environment, okay? We have automated network configuration management to reduce human errors, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, how it cannot get better than this. You know, Servercore is going around the clock to make sure that you are safe on our infrastructure and making sure that everything runs smoothly. Number four, we have innovative product level security design, whereby we're telling our clients we use modular service-based architecture, okay, to design security sensitive products. We have triple data replication, where our cloud solution stores 3 data copies across 3 different clusters, okay? Now, do not be afraid. In case, upon termination of service, we execute a thorough deletion of customers' data, okay? So that's some of the ways also that we're offering security measures and making sure that you're comfortable with our infrastructure. Last but not least, I'll touch on cutting-edge application security, where we offer encryption of your data and 2-factor authentication protocols for data confidentiality and leaks prevention. Okay. Now, on the compliance with global and local security standards, Servercore is certified, as you can see. We're putting our tongue where our mouth is. We are PCI in the DSS certified compliance. Of course, this indicates that Servercore provides a high level of security confirmed by independent auditors. Okay, and of course, this allows companies to host their systems that process cardholder data. I mean, any FinTech who's here, this is one of the key ingredients that you guys should be checking out. And of course, I talked about our compliance with the global and security standard. We offer tier 3 kind of data center. This is an uptime institute. We have multiple redundancies of communication channels, and power supply are provided in the Nairobi data center. So you can be rest assured that there will be no interruptions of power, okay? And apart from that, our fault tolerance ratio is at 99.98, no more than 95 minutes of downtime per year, okay? Last but not least, the hosted services will operate even during scheduled repairs or power outages, where we're telling our clients you won't even notice that we're doing our repairs, or you won't even notice that there's a power outage, but your system and your infrastructure, whichever you have stored on our cloud platform, will be running smoothly. Okay. Now, of course, this is a very key area. Now, on the local perspective, compliance with data privacy standards from the Office of the ODPC. Okay, we are fully certified. Okay, the certificate validates that us as Servercore is a confirmed data processor in Kenya by the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner and is authorized to process personal or sensitive data. I know this is a conversation a lot of fintechs are having. Of course, when you're trying to push your data to the sandbox, for it to be approved by the CBK, push it back to the bank, of course, they'll ask, of course, the infrastructure you're using, is it compliant? You know, do you have the DPA compliance? And Servercore, I mean, we're offering this to our clients and just telling them, you know what, we will work with you in every step of the way. We are certified. We are locally here. We're offering you with normal KSH. I mean, we're offering the best in the market. You know, why not join us as soon as possible? Okay. And last but not least, of course, we are compliant with global and local security standards. We are ISO 27001 certification. This information security management system of the data center that hosts Servercore solution complies with international standards. Okay, this is a very key ingredient when it comes to infrastructure. I'll show you some of our clients, big clients outside our market, okay, who have trusted Servercore, who are FinTech companies who are working with us to make sure that we offer the best services to them, okay? Now, the security of our service provided is confirmed, as I said earlier, by independent auditors, and the entry of your business as a FinTech into foreign markets will be significantly facilitated, okay? As I said earlier, we talked about the introduction of Servercore. What Servercore is offering, both globally and locally. We have seen some of the security measures that Servercore is offering, okay? We have seen some ways on how you can have a cost optimization for the frozen instance, for the Kubernetes autoscaler, for the bare metal, and many others. Now, of course, we want to see some customer success stories that Servercore was able to, assist our clients in onboarding as Servercore. One of our clients, okay, who's in Uzbekistan, is called Uzum Nasir, okay? And they deal with installment services without overpayments, fines, and penalties. The task they tasked us with was IT infrastructure migration and customer service for business tasks, okay? The solutions that we offered them were a custom cloud server, a managed Kubernetes, and a public IP addresses, okay? As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, on my right, these were the results that we were able to offer them. Migration to the cloud platform from another provider within a month, provision of flexible, scalable cloud servers with sufficient power to support company services. Same thing we're offering here at our Tier 3 data center. We also offered personalized solutions for business processes and managed Kubernetes and compliance with local requirements for IT service processing, clients' personal data, okay? Of course, we are also offering that here in Nairobi, so you can be rest assured that we offer the best and we are compliant with both international and local standards, okay? Another client also in Europe that we were able to bring on board and successfully, assist them in migrating from a different provider to ours is a client called FinTech, okay? This was a FinTech company, is still a FinTech company, and their solutions were FinTech solutions for payments, money transfer, and currency exchange in Uzbekistan. And I'm pretty sure what they were looking at was the ISO certification that we have, the DSS and the PSI, which we also have, and also they have their own, like a DPA Act in their own country, something that we're also offering here in Kenya. Okay, so we are both meeting you globally and locally. Some of the tasks they asked us were to migrate from the former provider's IT infrastructure and on-prem solution to high uptime servers. As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, bare metal servers, with the goal of reducing infrastructure management time, okay? So the solutions that we were offering them was a custom configured cloud servers. We offered them managed Kubernetes. We offered them an S3 storage, as I said earlier during my presentation. We offered them container registry, of course, load balancers, of course, to balance the traffic, and firewalls. Okay, the results were very seamless. As you can see, we had a seamless migration from another local provider's IT infrastructure and on-prem solution. Of course, you guys might be wondering, I have I have an infrastructure with a different cloud provider. Not to mind, we will work with you. We do an audit of your data, and we cautiously move everything from the different provider into Servercore. As you can see here with our client FinTech, we had a seamless migration from another local provider IT infrastructure and on-prem solutions to Servercore, okay? We also had an 80% reduction in service downtime. Okay, we had 6-time decrease in IT incidents number and over 30% reduction in IT infrastructure management. Okay, so I'll still recap. We talked about the introduction, who Servercore is, what we're currently offering globally and locally. Okay, how you can have a cost optimization with Servercore, the security measures, the certifications, the compliance, customer success stories. It can't even get better than this. So I'll quickly show you a quick demo on a few things that I want you to see. Of course, after all is said and done, a quick demo on how to go through our control panel, which is very user-friendly, is also key. I'll touch on the control panel overview on how to set up, to top up a balance, to put up notifications on your account. I'll show you how to develop a cloud server in Nairobi, and of course, using the server lines, how you're able to use a shared resource selection, the 20, 30% or 50%. I'll show you how to create a firewall, just a quick overview over this. Show you, of course, how to set up backups. On last but not least, of course, everyone will want to see their consumption report of the infrastructure. Okay, so I'll quickly start this demo presentation. So the demo presentation is the control panel overview and how to top up the balance. So on your landing page, after you've created an account with Servercore, this is how your control panel will look like. But this is a part of the, let's say, where your landing page, where you'll want to see what and what we want to do with what. Okay. So for this purpose of this demo, before we go to how to create a server, the firewall overview, the backups and setups and consumption, this is basically how to top up a balance and how to see what your infrastructure is using. So here you can see the expected costs of all services in a month. Okay, you can see from October. Okay, you can see here from September to October. You can see the services that were being used. You have managed databases, managed Kubernetes, cloud servers, and subnets, and your pricing module will appear here. Okay. Now, remember, I'd also mentioned on how to create a ticket system in case you have an issue. Maybe you didn't configure your server correctly. Now, this is the steps on how you can go about it. As you can see where the button is clicked, this is the support and documentation section. You click on the help. There is a drop-down menu. Okay. You go to the ticket. The support is provided through a ticket system in a chart format. You're not using bots, but you're using real human beings. Okay. Then you go down and create a ticket. You select the subject of appeal. We have different subjects. You also have an option of taking another. Okay. We have pre-order consultation, balance and payments, account agreement services. We have others. For this purpose of this demos, we went with service issues. Okay. You click on service issues, and one thing I also address my customers is you can put something on the subject, and you have an option of course, uploading a screenshot of what is happening on your control panel, of course, to make it easier to understand what is happening, and we'll be able to get back to you in less than 15 minutes. So you click create a ticket, and just like that, we will be able to respond to you. So let's go back a bit to the account menu. Now we want to see our balances and how you can top up your balance. Okay, you go to the balance sheet and balance statements. Then you go to the you can manage your balance notification as you can see on the screen effortlessly. Okay, Servercore has went a step ahead to integrate with Telegram, where you're able to put your account notifications on Telegram, and you also to get these account notifications on email. Okay, as you can see here on the balance limit, you can put a reminder after every hour, even a day, or 24, whatever minutes you want to put this reminder on. You can put up a limit and say, the moment my account balance reaches X amount of shillings, I should get the notification in the next 1 hour, or in the next two hours, or in the next whatever, how many minutes you want. And Servercore and our control panel has made that easy for clients to have this feature on our control panel. Okay. Now, I'd mentioned about the KSH, and now you're able to top up your balance. Okay. Servercore has made it so easy for you to have this feature for you. Okay, let's move on to replenishment. Okay, and these steps are very easy. We have M-Pesa. Our infrastructure is M-Pesa enabled. You can select the payment method here. You can select either M-Pesa or bank transfer, because we don't want the complexities of putting a CVV number, the dollar fluctuating. If you're paying, let's say, for purposes of figurative example, if you pay, let's say, 5,000 shillings or 15,000 shillings or 30,000 shillings for your infrastructure every month, you can be rest assured, unless you're upscaling, of which we also have upscaling features on our control panel, which I'll be able to show, which makes it very simple for our clients to interact with the control panel. Okay, so you have a standard payment module. We also have bank transfer. Okay, we went for this demo. We went with the bank transfer, and we specified the amount, which was 1,000 shillings. Okay. Yeah. And you just click continue, and you will continue having your services as good as usual. And also, in case you need a PDF format, you're able to download it. Here you can download the invoice and continue with your managed services. Okay, so that was just a quick overview on how to go through the control panel, how to create a ticket, top up a balance, put a few notifications here and there, and as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, that was seamless. Okay, I'll quickly move forward to how, of course, the interesting part is how you are able to deploy a server. Okay, and use server lines and resource selection. Okay, again, as I said, it depends on where your landing page. If you land on this page, you'll see servers and colocation and cloud servers. Okay, so for servers and colocation, this is where you'll get your bare metal instance or your dedicated servers. Now, for the cloud servers, you come to the cloud platform as it's indicated on the screen. Click on the cloud platform, create a server. Now, a key thing also to consider is make sure that it is under your availability domain, where you are, where you are situated. I mean, we're here in Kenya. We want it in Nairobi. You have very many options to, of course, to put it somewhere, but just make sure that it is in Nairobi for smooth and clean, less latencies. Okay. So we went ahead and selected Nairobi, and here you can select ready-made operating system images or upload your own image. Okay, in case you have an image at any other cloud platform, you can snapshot, create an image on the other end, and just come and copy paste it here at Servercore, and you are smooth running and smooth sailing. Okay, so we had. Okay, of course we have very many operating systems here. We have Windows, we have Debian, Ubuntu, Linux, Fedora. The list is endless. We even have Oracle. Okay. So for this purpose of this demo, we went with Ubuntu. Okay. And another key thing also to consider, we went with Ubuntu. Another key thing to consider is we also have other applications. Okay, your DevOps guys. We have GitLab Runner, we have Waza, we have Cloud Clock, we have a list of other applications that, of course, you can also run on our infrastructure with your operating system. So once you have selected the operating system that you want, you just click on select, and you are working with the preferred configurations. Okay. Now, still on this panel. These are tabs with ready-made configurations. The standard tab presents the most popular and balanced example. You basically you know what you really want. You have a standard one that you want to choose. You can take 6 vCPU with 32 GB of RAM, 8 vCPU, and the list is endless. This is just a standard one where you can just pick one and work with it. Okay. Here we also have other configurations with a focus on the number of CPUs. Clearly show you. We also have here the configuration with the focus on the amount of RAM. We have GPUs. We have virtual machines with CPUs and shares are also available. If you haven't found a suitable configuration, okay, among the ready-made example, you can go to the custom, where you have seen this has 16, maybe it has 4 vCPU with 16 GB of RAM, but you want 4 vCPU with maybe 32 GB of RAM. You go to the custom, okay, where you're able to pick or select the design that you want for this for your E2 instance. Okay, so you can select the number, select the required number. Of course, you can decrease and increase. You can select the required amount of RAM, as you can see on the screen. Yeah, and you're good to go. Okay, now let's go back to the shared line, the one that I'd showed you. I'll show you after you've selected the custom or the pre-built one. I'll show you where to click and create your server during the presentation. Now, I'd mentioned about the shared line, so let's go back to the shared line kind of services. As you can see, you can select the core fraction. We have 10%, 20, 50%. And the list is endless, okay? For example, this configuration, let's run vCPU, 10% of GB RAM, 10% and 1 GB RAM. You can select the disk. Here you can select the volume, basic HDD, fast SSD, universal SSD. You know, for this purpose, we went with the universal SSD. Okay, and you can also add multiple disks on a single server, which is also amazing on our platform. Okay, went ahead and opened the list. We chose basic HDD for file storage. Increased the size for our file storage. Yeah. Yeah, before we create, you can also select the network settings for the server. We chose a public IP address, of course, for easy access. You also have an option of creating an SSH key. Yeah, down below, you can also see your pricing of what you have selected. Okay, and you click create, just like that, and your server will be up and running in less than a minute. Okay, now for the purpose of this demo, we had already created the server, and now we went to the server card and show you a few instances here. Go to the server card. This is once the server is created, a virtual management console will appear here. As you can see on the screen, you're able to see your console here. Here you can see all the disks of the server that you had created and assigned it. Okay. Check our console again. You can see that it was Ubuntu. And let's say you're not, you want to still configure a few configurations on your virtual machine. Okay. Servercore has made it easier for our control panel to make it sure that you are able to make this configuration still on the control panel. Okay. As you can see, you can change the configuration at any time. Okay. We edit the configuration. You go to custom. Yeah, you can increase or decrease the number of CPUs that you want, decrease the number of RAM or space that you want, but be mindful of the costing. Okay, be mindful of the costing, check the increasing costs. Okay, apply and restart the server. Okay, you're able to apply and restart the server, and just like that, click on the servers. Yeah, you can check the server status on the console, on the console. Okay, so yeah, we have seen, we have talked about many things: checking our balance, topping up our balance. The control panel overview, how to deploy a server, having different different application methods. Okay, either going through the shared core lines, the custom one or pre-built ones. Okay, now we're going to touch on how to go about with the firewall overview. Okay, which will be very easy and very basic on our infrastructure. Okay, so I'll click start. So as I said, our control panel is very easy and user-friendly. As you can see, it depends on which landing page you're going to land on, okay? So on the firewall overview, there are very many ways to create this firewall. We have an option even of stopping this firewall. So for how we started it is, first of all, click on the firewalls. How we're going to create this firewall. There's an option of firewalls here. You create a firewall. Click on creating a firewall. You must select a private subnet to be protected by the firewall. As you can see, in our case, there's only one subnet in which the server that we had previously created is located. Okay. And yeah, before we create firewall, we have to add incoming and outgoing traffic rules, which is very, very important. Okay. There are allow and deny actions. And of course, also ready-made template, maybe for your RDP or any other thing that you want. Okay, so you click allow on the template that you want to choose. Let's select the template. We went with RDP connections and our port. Then you click add. We've just added an incoming traffic rule. Of course, we have to put an outgoing traffic rule. This is how you go about it. By default, all traffic rule will be denied. Let's open these ports, as you can see on the screen. Yeah, and click create firewall, and that's done. That's how you are able to create your firewall, as easy as that can be. Okay. You can also check on the status of the firewall. You can disable the firewall at any time. Of course, this will affect all the servers on the same subnet. Okay. You also have an option of turning it off if you will. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that's a quick overview on how you can go through the creating and adding traffic rules on the firewall. Okay. Moving on swiftly, we will go to backup, which is also very important. I'll show you how to create a backup and various many ways on how you can go about it. Still on our control panel, you can start by getting to the server. You click on the server, go to its settings. You go to the network volumes. Do you remember this tab where we had the console, the ports, network volumes and configurations? We go, of course, to our network volumes to see what we can back up. Okay, click on setup on the basic HHD. You remember this was the one we are creating for our file storage. Okay, then you can configure a backup plan. You specify the name of the plan you wanna back it up. You also have an option of full or incremental. Now, of course, select a schedule, which number of days you want this item backed up. Saturday, Sunday. For the purpose of this example, we went with Sunday. You also have an option of selecting the time where you want this backup, the number of copies you want it backed up. And ladies and gentlemen, you can see the pricing module is also very, very friendly. Okay, as I said, Servercore is also helping you save up a lot of financials, not just offering your infrastructure that is good, fast, and amazing, but you're also able to save a few cash or stacks for your infra. Okay. Then after that, we went ahead and click create a plan. The plan is in place. Now we can close the window. You're also able to, we went to on the volume, select our disk. This is another option of creating a backup plan, okay? Went to backup plans. Here we can all see all created backup plans. We can also create a backup plan manually, okay? For the first, we started with the servers. Then now you can also create a backup plan by just going to the volume, okay? Which is very easy. Okay, let's go back. Click on the backup. Click on the plans. That just like that, you create a plan. Okay, so our infrastructure in our control panel is user friendly, and the things are straightforward and direct to the point, which of course allows any user to interact with it. Okay, so of course, now we've talked about the control panel overview and how to set up and toggle a balance and many other things. You've seen the firewall, you've seen the backup plans and setup. Last but not least, of course, which is also a key importance, the consumption report overview. What is eating what can you see at what level? Okay, we need to see the graphics. How is my CPU performing at this particular time? Now, this is, I'm going to do this demo just to show you how you can go about that, okay? Still on the cloud platform, you click on the cloud platform. Okay. Click on the platform consumption. Here we can see the present cost value of our test project. We have named it tests. You can also check the cost on different units of time. You can check it hourly, per day, or per month. Okay. Let's pick something else. We went with, for that particular day. You can also filter current project consumptions by project. You can also filter current consumption by projects, resources, and pools. Okay. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we selected current projects by resources and by pools. Okay. So this gives you a 360 view of what's eating or what's using what. And as I said earlier, you're able to see the consumption graphics. Okay. Here in the consumption graphics for the selected period, as you can see. Okay. You can also download them. Okay. On a PDF format and many other. Okay. So yeah, a quick recap once again, ladies and gentlemen. Servercore, of course, we've talked about who we are, we talked about what we are, our intent in this market, how our pricing model is for this market, our products and solutions, okay, how you're able to save costings with Servercore. Of course, we've also talked about security measures. We have also talked and seen some of our FinTech companies that are globally recognized that trust Servercore to handle their data. Okay, we have touched on how you can go about the control. We've done a demo of how you can see the control panel overview, how to top up balance, how to set up account notifications, how to create a ticket. Okay, we have also talked about how you can deploy a server, where, at what pool. Okay, we have seen how it is easy to create a server within a minute, how you're able to take the operating system, how you're able to take even an image from another cloud provider, put it on Servercore, and it's up and running. We have seen, of course, the shared lines, the shared resource selection. We have seen how to create a firewall, of course, putting outgoing and incoming traffic and the templates that are there. We have talked about backups and how you're able to set up a backup, how it's easy to set up a backup. You also talked about how you're able to see your consumption reports, overview, and everything. Okay, so that's just it. You know, that's the end of my presentation. I've talked about at least everything. But if you want a more customized demo presentation, I'm always here. My partner is always, me and my partner are always here. My partner is called Josiah. And we are more than willing to assist you, you know, in having even a personalized demo presentation for your FinTech or any other question that you want. Okay. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, once again for your time and your patience. My name has been Robin Peters. I'm the Business Development Manager here in Kenya at Servercore. There is my number. You can save it, take a screenshot or anything. You have also my email address. That's peterodongo.r@servercore.com. And also, we're also giving out 30,000 credits after the registration in our control panel to just play around with our control panel, see how our latency is, see how our services is, how our response time is, how quick our internet speeds are, and of course, we will be more than glad to get in touch with you. In case you have any questions or any query, I'll be more than glad to answer a few. Apart from that, thank you so much for your time. It's been my pleasure and ultimate pleasure to, of course, show you why Servercore is good for fintech companies. Thank you so much.